So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Roma Theory. I feel absolutely garbage today. I have a fever. Part of me is asking myself why I'm here live on YouTube, but we don't stop. The grind does not stop even if you're not 100% fit. But I am a bit poorly today. Anyways, I have gone live today with a big risk on my behalf, which is that everyone here will think that I'm faking news, that I only play with clickbait and all of that. And, you'd be wrong to think that, because I'm not here to say that Roma have a deal in plan with Ronaldo. I'm not here to say that Ronaldo has signed for Roma. I'm just here to say that we should prepare an attempt. We should try. Because it doesn't cost us anything to try and to attempt buying Cristiano Ronaldo. Now, I know it's wishful thinking. I know no one here will believe Ronaldo joining Roma. And I'm the first one to say that this is something which will only happen in dreams. But one thing is not doing anything. And one thing is trying. One thing is have an attempt. In worst cases, he'll pick up the phone. His agent will pick up the phone and go, No. What are the worst case scenarios? So I think an attempt should be there. I think a trial should be there. Because at the end of the day, you see the project of this club, and it managed to convince Jose and Paulo Dybala. So part of me is like, okay, it won't happen, but why don't we try? We managed to convince two very big elements in this team, two very important elements in this team, which are now playing a massive role on the behalf of creating this team. Why can't we try? And I think attempting is something which we should do, because the wish is the last thing which gets killed. So I'm reading sources saying that apparently Roma will try. We'll give it a go. And obviously that means absolutely anything. They will give it a go. It could go wrong. It could go right. No one actually knows what could happen. But I am reading, and I've been reading around many sources, that Roma will prepare. Roma will try one attempt, or have one little attempt to try and speak to Cristiano's agents. And speak about this project, speak about the club, speak about the ambitions, and that's obviously the big question mark which lays in this discussion. But obviously, the first thing which I want to say is that having convinced the big elements, I think anything is possible within some limits, within some brackets. Yes, but why? You ask yourself, why did Jose say yes? Why did Paulo Dybala say yes to this project? It means that there is something about this project which is ambitious. It means that there's something about this creation of a new club by the Fredkins that has inspired Mourinho to sign a contract with the club, and has also inspired Paulo Dybala to sign a contract. So again, I think there should be an attempt, and how this attempt will go is then another discussion. But why? What are the risks? What are the worst case scenarios of us trying this? So that's definitely one thing which I'll say. Another thing which I'll say is that it is true that Thiago Pinto a few days ago has basically shut down all Cristiano Ronaldo rumors. He's basically said that we were never in contact with Ronaldo's agents this summer when there were talks ongoing between the two sides. Ronaldo was never an idea. Ronaldo was never a plan. It might sound a bit familiar that Jose's Portuguese, Thiago Pinto's Portuguese, Cristiano's Portuguese, so there could have been something going on. It is true that Thiago Pinto has basically shut down all Cristiano Ronaldo rumors leading to Roma. But it is also true that there really has to be an attempt. And I think just attempting to call Jorge Mendes about this Cristiano Ronaldo matter, even if he will shut the call down it means that Roma's thinking about something big, that Roma's thinking about the next step of how to improve the club, how to improve the branding, and how to improve the marketing. So even if, as 99.99999% of chances, these rumors will collapse in these next couple of days, it's important for us to try, because it marks something about the mentality, the growing international mentality of this club, which I think, even if he says no, it's important for us to try, because it means a lot. It's kind of something we can write on our CV. Think about it that way. Now, another thing which suggests that we should give it a go is Jose Mourinho. Now, obviously, there would basically be no chance if Jose would not be the manager of Roma to even talk about Cristiano Ronaldo. But let's not forget how manipulative Jose is. Now, I know we're speaking about the most followed person on the history of Earth. I know we're speaking about more than a football player. I know we're speaking about a brand. I know we're speaking about a person who has 500 million followers on Instagram, just on Instagram. But Jose is a very manipulative manipulative human being. Now, for him to convince Cristiano Ronaldo to accept the Roma project and sign a few years contract with the club, I think would be heroic. If he manages to do this, then more than a statue should be built in front of the stadium. It's gonna be tough. But I believe in how manipulative Jose is. And this is another reason why, give it a go. We have a manager who has convinced Wijnaldum and Dybala. Now, I know you can't compare Wijnaldum and Dybala with Ronaldo, because as I said before, Ronaldo's more than a player. It's a brand. We're speaking about a player who's got tens of thousands of eyes on him every single time. He touches a ball, every time he exits out of his house, he's got 10,000, 10 million, 10 billion eyes on him. I know we're speaking about such an important figure, but Jose should do something. And apparently, maybe Jose will try something in these next couple of weeks. Now, obviously, Jose will focus on the Japanese tour over the course of this week. Then I think you'll have a few gaps to speak with Thiago Pinto about the transfer market, and that's where maybe, Jose can, establish a call with Jorge Mendes, maybe with Cristiano himself. Let's not forget that in Piers Morgan interview, Cristiano said, one of the best managers that I've been working with over the course of my career has been Jose Mourinho. So, yes, it is true that their relations weren't amazing, but we've understood that Ronaldo wants to get back winning. Now, I know this is kind of controversial because Roma is not a club which wins a lot, and Ronaldo could go to clubs who are playing in the Champions League, who have got more probability of winning leagues every season. I know, and I'm not trying to hide that. I know that we're not Ronaldo's priority. I totally know that, and I totally acknowledge that. I don't need people saying to me, oh, it will never happen, because I know myself it will never happen. But what I'm saying is that we've got so many important elements in this squad which are manipulative, which are Portuguese like Ronaldo. So I genuinely think there should be an attempt. If that attempt will happen, if that attempt won't happen, then obviously I'm not the one to decide. But there really should be an attempt. There should be a call. That's exactly what I'm saying. Now, another thing is the potential reunion with Dybala. Now, let's not forget that I think Dybala and Ronaldo have been one of the most underestimated duos ever. I think Ronaldo at Juventus has been a very underestimated player. I think Ronaldo at Juventus was a very good player. And, part of what Ronaldo did at Juventus is because of Cristiano Ronaldo, but part of what Ronaldo did at Juventus is also because Dybala provided him those assists. So, I don't know. There's something, to me, it's wishful thinking. I know it's wishful thinking. I'm going to repeat this again because there are going to be so many people who say, oh my God, Simon, you're so delusional. This will never happen. I know this will never happen. And the plan of this live stream is not to say that it will happen. It's not to say that Ronaldo will absolutely sign a contract for Roma because Jose Mourinho is the manager. The purpose of this live stream is to say that there should be an attempt because it costs us no money and there's a higher probability of us signing Cristiano Ronaldo by giving an attempt than not giving an attempt. And that's a fact. So I don't know, there's something about Dybala as well which could inspire Ronaldo to come. Obviously we need to talk about the hoarder, the negative sides as well. The negative side is that right now, if you ask me, it's very tough for us to get top 4, and Ronaldo wants to play Champions League. And second of all, Ronaldo earns a lot of money. Now I know the situation at Manchester United right now is better than what it used to be before because Man United terminated his contract, meaning that Ronaldo is no longer a Manchester United player, meaning that if any club wants to sign Ronaldo, they don't need to pay Manchester United to let him go, they just need to pay his salaries. His salaries are very, very high. I'm very aware of that. His salaries are very, very high. But look at the Dybala effect. Dybala came to Roma and Dybala was the player who got sold the most jerseys in the space of 24 hours. Now, I'm not saying that 100% of Ronaldo's salaries would be paid back by the marketing, by the branding, by the selling of t-shirts. 100% I'm not. But a big percentage of that can be repaid with that money. And trust me, if Cristiano Ronaldo was in a multiverse, in a different universe, was gonna sign for Roma, then trust me, at least every single Roma fan would buy a Roma jersey. So again, to conclude, I'm gonna repeat it a third time because I know that even by creating a title for this video, I was gonna be targeted by saying, "Oh, Simon, you are a clickbait bastard. Call me that." But what you need to understand is that I'm not saying that there's anything between Roma and Ronaldo. I'm not saying that Ronaldo is close to Roma. I'm not saying that Ronaldo has even signed for Roma. What I'm saying is my opinion. And this opinion is very simple. There should be an attempt because an attempt is very easy to do and it's absolutely free. So there is nothing wrong with us attempting and giving it a try. And then lastly, the last thing which I will say is that we have seen over the course of these last 2 years at Manchester United how Ronaldo is an attention seeker, how Ronaldo wants to be at the center of everything for the player he is. And obviously, due to the restricted game time that he has been received by Ten Hag, Cristiano Ronaldo was not the center of Manchester United. And one of the reasons why I think he said and went over at Piers Morgan for that interview is so that he would get the eyes of Manchester United fans back on him. Ronaldo at Roma would be at the center of everything. Ronaldo at Roma would be at the center of the pitch, at the center of the fans, at the centers of the project, at the center of Jose's plans, because Jose understands that Cristiano Ronaldo can still give a massive impact to games. Ronaldo at Roma would be seen as a new Totti, aka a new Roman god. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm not gonna drag this any further because I'll end it. It's wishful thinking and I'm not hiding this. It's what are the chances of us seeing Ronaldo sign for Roma? Very, very, very low. There's a 0.000, maybe higher than that. There's probably like I think I'd give it a 10% chance of it happening and a 90% of chance not happening. And those two sides, those two ratios are uncomparable. But what I'm saying is the message of this live stream is, which I've been repeating for so much time, is that an attempt is free. And even if we try and it fails, it shows that the mentality of this club, which is turning into a brand, which is turning into a more marketing style brand, will increase. I will definitely tell you that. Even if we try to call Ronaldo's agent, it would show us that we're thinking about bigger players. We're thinking about players which, yes, are very expensive, but can improve so many things in your team. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna go because I'm sick. I got a fever, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed this live stream. If you haven't already, please smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. Let's try and get 6,000 subscribers as fast as possible. And please don't think that I'm a clickbait bastard. I mean, if you want to think that, But I've explained why in this live stream. Why I'd rather you not call me that. So yeah, I'll catch you soon. Simon out.